see. This is a fun time of year. Kind of championship time of year, a little bittersweet time of year too, for some guys. A lot of heartache. Anybody's down the state tournament, you get down those hallways. Like we talk about a little bit of heartache, but also I think that's what really forges you. Some of those disappointments. And you see a lot of guys, they come back stronger, and that's part of what I love about wrestling. You see guys' hearts ripped out, and that they're willing to go step back out there again, in spite of that. And kind of I think. And just you see it every time this time of year, and we got some seniors that will talk about honor a little bit with their last home meet, but it's not an ending, and really it's not an ending to anything in their life. It just you go through 5 years, and we've had 4 guys that'll be seniors and be done, and so this time of year gets a little bit bittersweet, but you try not to think about that a whole lot because there's still a lot of work to do. There's still a lot of opportunity in front of us, and there's still a whole lot of life in front of those guys. And hopefully that something that they learn through the sport and something that they take with them, or a whole lot of things they take with them, man, is that they can handle anything that comes their way, even some losses. So kind of all over the place. 'Cause I get thinking about the state tournament, and this time of year really, I don't know, to me it's kind of culmination of the season. And you look forward to it, and not getting ahead of myself. I mean, we have one home duel. Yeah, we got a duel on Thursday. Looking forward to that. But more than that, really, you start looking towards the end of the year, and not getting ahead of yourself. Really keep things very similar, but you're kind of putting a fine edge on where you're at mentally and physically. And I feel like we had a good week of training last week. We had last week off. We had a few guys wrestle the last chance qualifier. Carter had 2 wins. He's not hurt. He needed 2 matches to get his RPI, so that's why he wrestled those 2 matches and then didn't wrestle in the finals. Justin Lara won a couple matches. He's been wrestling well. He's getting better every time out. Schoenfelter able to get him back out there again, and lost a real close match to the kid from Oklahoma State that they're starter right now. Actually had a late lead in that match. So he's getting better every time out. The thing that I like about what he's doing and those guys are doing right now is they're not the guy. They're not the guy to say, per se, because they're not out there, maybe the guy in the lineup, but man, they're pushing every day to get better. And they're really being a team. And that's really important, that you have guys, behind maybe the guy that's out there that are pushing, and that they're getting ready for their opportunity when it comes. And it might come next week, it might come next year, it might come a couple years from now, but they're getting themselves ready for it every time out, and Pat's doing a great job of that. Isaac's another guy who he wrestled 5 matches in about 4 hours. He was kind of back out there, and it was good to get him back out. And then Kordick wrestled a few matches. Love that guys want to go out and compete and want to try to go out and get better and see where they're at against competition. So it was a good day. I know, kind of what to use that last chance is maybe you need another RPI match, or you need another match just to get maybe into the rankings, or to get your win percentage up. So you saw a lot of guys maybe wrestle 1 match and then they were done. But it was nice because they put it on over at Iowa State. And a couple of years ago we had to go out to Colorado Springs. So it was nice, a lot nicer to go over to Ames for about an hour and a half, or about 3 hours, depending on what time you were going. The weather wasn't very nice. How was that drive home, Nelly? It's a good one? Yeah. Long and slow? Yeah. Yeah, so was ours, but that's all right. It's worth it for the state tournament. Also want to congratulate, we had really 3 teams that are close to us, 2 that are really close in the Cedar Valley that won team state titles. And the thing that I was thinking about those teams is, all 3 of them, one won without a champ. One won, I think their 4th place was the highest placer that they had, and then one had 1 champ. And, it really, I guess, exemplifies that you have to have a team performance to win. It can't just be 1 guy or 2 guys or 3 guys. And teams are too deep right now, and you got to have every guy being able to go out and score points, and bonus points are huge. And, we're kind of getting to that time of year where it is every single guy. Every single point does matter. And, when you have teams that win, I think was that the first time ever, 4th place, the highest ever. Which is pretty crazy. 2A was, there was a lot of parity in 2A this year. But congratulations to those teams, and love having some of the top teams in the state in our area. And can't talk about individuals, but I mean, obviously, we've got our fair share of those that have come from those programs and look to continue to get more. But just want to send congratulations out to those teams because titles are always fun. Even if it's a little bittersweet if you didn't win an individual one. I've been on a team that's done that before too. But it's a team. It's a team, and sometimes you got to be able to put that aside. And man, I did my work. I did what I could to contribute to the team, and that every single guy that was part of that program shares in that. And that's what we're trying to do. So I was talking a little bit about some of our guys that maybe aren't the guy right now, but they're pushing to make those guys in front of them better. And their opportunity is going to come sometime. And if it doesn't come to wrestling, then it's going to come to something else. But I can tell you what, they're going to be prepared. We got to meet this week. Not sure who we wrestle. No. Obviously, enjoy the in-state rivalry. We went to the Big 12 last year. For me, wanting to go into the Big 12 is you have an in-state rival. I mean, you have something built in. And just the Big 12's got a lot better. I mean, the Big 12 is much better. Iowa State's much better than they were last year. And we'll look forward to that meet. Look forward to the place being packed on Thursday night. Should be a hot, loud, rowdy USGM. Tickets, I think there's some tickets left. There's certainly tickets left if you're wearing purple. If you got red, not so much. But like I said, let's send our seniors out. I think about a guy like Josh Elber who has over 100 wins. He's put quite a streak together. I mean, he wants to finish that streak. Keep it intact. I know, like I said, there's some emotions to it, but you want to close it out. You want to enjoy, I guess, that last match in front of the home crowd. But man, he's had an incredible career. The career's not done, but come out and get your chance to honor him. Get a chance to honor a guy like Darren Eads, who I was talking about being an ultimate team player. A guy that's hasn't stepped out on the varsity mat for us, but he's been in that room every day and he's pushed the guys in front of him, and he's represented our program in incredible fashion. And really a guy that I can tell you that I'm going to continue to point to in my career, just in that, just finding a way to get yourself on the team. You want to be part of this, go make yourself irreplaceable, just in how you train and live and how you give back to your teammates. And he's done that. A guy like Drew Foster, who came in pretty unheralded and hadn't won a state title, but he wants to finish things and wants to finish things strong, and he's looking to do that. But another, a small town Iowa boy, and then Hunter Washburn is a guy who is going to graduate in 4 years, 3+7 GPA. Has done a great job in the room. He's got all kinds of job offers right now, but the type of kid that we want to go out in the world and say, man, yeah, I was part of that program, and I was proud to be part of that program, and I look forward to giving back to that program. I look forward to coming back, and man, that program and the guys that were around help add to me, and that's that's the kind of guys that we want. That's the kind of guys that we have in our program, and so Thursday night, come out and honor those guys. Get that opportunity to be in those stands and be loud and rowdy, and we'll do our part to make sure that you're up on your feet a whole lot. As far as lineups, I mean, you guys can see the lineup. 25 got a transfer in that's pretty dangerous, having a pretty good year. Like where Shorm's at. This is definitely the best Shorm has been. The strongest he's been all year, and really like how he's competing. Gomez is a fun guy to watch. I mean, he really is. He will take a risk, and he's a good competitor. Skidlar's going to have a battle on his hands. 41. Parker's beat some good guys, and he's hard to get to. Albert's going to have to work hard to open him up. Thompson and Deegan wrestled a couple times. Deegan's having a good year. So on paper, I think Deegan's ranked ahead of him, maybe, or Max is still ranked ahead of him, but it doesn't matter. 57, they're ranked. We're not. Steyert, they're not ranked at 65. 74, these guys have wrestled a couple times, had a couple good scraps. Be a fun match to watch. Foster and Colbray. Colbray's been having a good year. Miklas, good transfer for those guys. filled certainly a big need. A senior that, man, 3-time All-American. Big fan of Willie and the type of man that he is. Obviously we're not favored there. We're not ranked at 9 or heavyweight either. So you start looking on paper, I guess they are favored, but I guess we'll wrestle the match. We'll wrestle the match and we'll be ready for it and excited about it. Excited to have a packed West gym. Excited to have in-state rival Iowa State. Excited to, a lot of talk, a lot of buzz on their end. And one way that you can cut that off is you go beat them up. I mean, that's really it. You go out and you compete against them 420 seconds, and you go out and score a whole lot of points. And that's what we'll work to do. Like I said, last week was a good week. Got to have a little training. Usually don't have maybe a week off during the season, but used it well. And our guys used it well, and they responded to the training. And that's part of kind of getting that. I talk about sharpening your knife, and that knife's getting real sharp. You don't want to keep doing it to where you're dull, but we're getting it to where it's just that razor sharp. And that's that time of year, and just that focus and that mind and energy. Being really pointed to one thing, and that's competing at our absolute best in March and this time of year. And that's where our team's at right now. So excited for the opportunity. Guys, look forward to it. I think someone asked me on Twitter what time should they line up. I said about noon on Wednesday. It'd be a good time to start getting in line. Because, man, if you're not excited about this duel, if you're not excited about two in-state teams that are doing things well, that are competing hard, that are representing the state the right way, then something's wrong. Obviously we'd like to have it with all state schools, but we'll take the one that we get and look forward to it. So I guess any questions? Oh, you know what? I need to talk about our recruits real quick.